What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? We are back to the grind once again. Ben, thank you so much. I appreciate you leaving those console buttons there. Anyway, do I have anything to junk? That's shiny. I want to try a different keep build here today. I'm trying to farm up a Wolfsbane torch. I want to put together an EV, a DPS EV, and I want to use that torch. I've actually got one now that's okay, but not really. It's got all three stats. I don't like strength drain. It's got the 3 project. Oh, this one's only got 2 projectiles. That's out of here. So I guess I've only got one 3 projectile, 3 stat staff out of an entire evening's grind last night. But that's got the wrong set bonus on it anyway. So I'm just going to have to do some farming. I'm not going to be able to get that squared away quite today, I don't believe. Anyway, I wanted to try a different keep build. This is one Aramir's been using to speed farm the keep, and I want to give it a shot. So let's check it out here. What's going on, Sean? How you doing? So he's just been doing this. Ensnare, electric, gas, and an explosive trap of all things. Well, thanks there, Pure Music. I do appreciate it. And then an overclock beam, and I think we're gonna need a reflect here too. I'm not sure if I have the stats or the ranges for it, but we're gonna have to see. I think we're good there. About to defend some dungeons. Nice. I am defending outdoor areas in random castle places. What's going on, Den? Different build. I wanted to try it out. Aramir's been using this one to speedrun the map. He's got some impressive times, to be honest. Let's see. What else do we need? We need a little buff beam, and then we need a reflect here. Now, the only thing about the build that I have questions about is he's not using any reflects at this core down here, which to me seems like it could be a bit of a challenge for those range mobs, but I guess we will see. So we're going to put a buff beam straight across there. We're going to go with one ensnare and an electric. We're going to go 3 gas traps. So we're going to put one there, one here, and one here. And then we're going to use, oh my god, DSTs. It's been so long, DSTs. I love you so. We're going to go 2 DSTs that way. 2 DSTs kind of this way. So just basically one pointed to each corner of the map, essentially. And then we're going to get some wisps going on here. So what, we want 12 total wisps here. We're going to go 6 on each side of this buff beam. DSTs are so yesterday. Hey man, I see him doing 7-minute runs on the keep. Now, obviously, this ain't going to be no 7-minute run since I'm just now trying it out. But Aramir's literally been doing 7-minute runs on the keep. That's impressive, man. And this is the build that he's using. I mean, that's some serious farming. Like, I'm doing like 12, 13-minute runs. That's like, he's getting 3 runs done for every 2 of mine, basically, you know? Ooh, and I forgot, over here, we need a physical wall. Which I should, my DPS EV is going to be my waller. So I'm just going to use flimsy walls here. And then we're going to dump everything into the middle. The Squire is a beast. Everybody's used the Squire, I'm pretty sure, now, Drinking Ninja. I don't care for it. I mean, you guys know I'm not a melee guy. I mean, I've got my Squire, and he's got Spinning Steel, and he's dishing out 400 million damage every 5 seconds just from the spin. That's 80 million DPS just from the spin, not even attacking, not your pet, nothing. So, I mean, the Squire's a beast. There's no denying it. All right, I guess we could drop a couple of ups onto these DSTs since I don't have anything else. All right, now this is my first time trying this one. Any advice for grinding gear for Nightmare mode? Hang in there. I would say don't grind too hard on Nightmare mode, and as soon as you get to level 83, jump to Massacre mode. Because there's a big grind, you know? There's no reason to do the grind on multiple tiers unless you just want to. But DDA, well, every Dungeon Defenders game, there's just no shortage of grind at all. Did I get one? I got one. So don't grind if you don't have to, basically. And, you know, getting through Nightmare into Massacre, of course, if you grind Nightmare a bit, your transition's going to be a lot easier. But if you just tough it out and get sweaty and just rough it out through the first couple of maps, you're going to save yourself an enormous amount of grind time. Seems like the copters are getting in a little bit close, but I mean, you know, we've taken no core damage yet. He swears by this one. Oh, I was obviously just taunting their Obi-Wan. RNG hates me. We all know it. I've had the worst luck on keep weapons. It is amazing. I've done this map so many times. Sure. Feel free to ask anything about anything there, Dark. It's all good. I've done this map so many times, and I don't have one, like, super high-end weapon. RNG hates everyone except, like, 2 or 3 people in the entire community, Trellum, so you're not alone. JB Gaming, what's up, what's up? RNG is so cruel. I mean, it makes, when you do get something, it makes it pretty sweet. Now, I did get a pretty much god tier accessory yesterday, which is my first really god tier item. And I don't know who I'm going to use it yet, but I've got a perfect roll on mana regen and a perfect roll on mana recovery on one mask. Hell yeah. Where is it? That's not it. There it is. I've got relatively decent rolls on all the stats, but I've got a perfect mana regen and a perfect mana restore roll. Which, I mean, this is the first one I've seen. It dropped from this map. I don't even know where I want to use it because I'm already at 10 on my Warden. I mean, you could always put it on the Warden and then spam shrooms, you know. I think that would be an obvious choice. The problem with playing a spin-to-win rogue is you need those type of accessories in every slot, which is going to be an enormous grind just to set it up. And then you still can't keep it up 100%, you know? And then really to keep it even near 100%, you would have to use a genie, which means you're instantly cutting your damage in half, you know? You sold your Flame Aura Relic? That stinks. I've got a little, that new player progression in 2020 or whatever is still current. The only difference is you would have Chaos 8 on top of it. They're dark. But, I mean, if you're brand new, I would just suggest enjoying yourself, you know? Check out the game, have some fun, see what characters you like the best. Big difference between it. It depends on the hero, Bezant. Like on the monk, the giraffe is way, way better. And I think it's because of that additional stat you get for the ability. Getting your hero boost just completely jacked up. But like on the rogue, a cat is way, way better. On the EV, my goal is to set up energy cannon EV, 100% uptime, run around and just laser beam fools. On the EV, I tested it out, and it appears that cat is going to be better on an EV as well. The cat comes from Alchemical Labs, wave 15 survival, or ideally you do bonus waves. Today, DDA all the way. I got nothing to do in DD2 anymore. In DDA, I've got a massive list of things to accomplish. So, I mean, it's all about having goals, right? When you're playing a game that you no longer have goals for, it makes the game quite dull. Well, I got a bazillion goals in DDA here. So I got lots and lots of things to chase, lots of loot. It's like I'm ready for golf. There will be no golf today, Quicksilver, I assure you. We've got family visiting, and the weather is actually supposed to be really, really nice this week. It's been just ungodly hot, but it's supposed to be a bit nicer. The explosive trap. Oh, man. Should hit that electric arrow a couple times. Played Terraria Calamity with all the runes, so there was 1 in a 50,000 chance to spawn boss every 10, and it happened 3 days in a row. Dig. Curious, one of the dogs is crying outside of my door, it sounds like. Or you know what? I bet he's out in the backyard because it's nice out, so I've got the windows open. My sister-in-law and her husband are visiting, and they brought their dog with them. And we've already got 4 dogs. So there's 5 dogs running around in the backyard right now. Like, holy crap, man, really? They're all little dogs. They're little lap dogs. My dog is the biggest, probably. It's a Jack Russell. That was wildly overweight and is now skinny. Left court? Well, you have to look and see what's destroying it. If it's a Rift Kobold, then like one of the easiest fixes is aura range. Get more aura range, or change your build, move your auras out some. If it's an ogre, like a short lane ogre here, that's what this wall is for, because a short lane ogre is just going to push through a lot of the builds out there, you know? Dog is just crying out there. I don't know if you could hear that. There's some drama with the doggos in the backyard. I was listening. What's one of them was crying because he wanted to come in. I don't know. They're all rescue. Well, our 4 dogs are all rescue dogs, and most of them have a pretty rough story to tell. And one of them was actually abandoned by some people that own a second home down in Mexico. It was left in the backyard. I mean, I just can't imagine people doing this, but it was left in the backyard, and the people returned home. Well, the highest individual item would be an Arcanist home, Savassus. That's on my list of tutorials to knock out here, so there will be some talk of the Arcanist gear. This was a really good build. I don't know if Aramir's watching, but this is his build, and it looks like it's doing really, really good. I mean, we'll see how it holds the boss. I'm worried about the boss running through and stomping on everything, but I guess we'll probably be all right. Get a little spinny up on him and get the heck out of here. He hits so hard now. He just slaps you. Slap. I don't like where he's at. But, I mean, that was a pretty good first cycle, right? It wasn't a 1 cycle, but it will certainly be a 2. Like 1450-ish. I mean, unupgraded, that's a pretty nice piece, you know? Uh-oh. Rift Dark Elf Archer. These are in the back, I'm pretty sure. I think. Would not having any reflex here. Was it this core? Yeah, it was. It was that core. I mean, you know, obviously they didn't do much to it, but I'm not sure which side they hit from, but I do feel like it's a little bit sketch not having the reflex here. Started fresh, going through Nightmare now. Nice. I don't know. I credit people's builds all the time, Quicksilver. People's builds deserve to be seen if it's a good build. I was testing this one. This one wasn't, didn't get the stamp of approval on it yet, but it seems like it's did pretty good. The only thing I feel like is a little suspect with my gear is not having a reflex right here. I mean, you could get rid of just 1 wisp. And that would give you 2 reflex and like a healing aura or something if you wanted it. What's going on there? Muffin, how you doing? Nothing but junk. Dang it, man. What's that piercing shot? 5 hits. Every 5 hits fires a piercing shot. Now, I wonder... What's up, Damien? Anything I'd like to see come to DDA from either other Dungeon Defenders games? I mean, the heroes mainly. I'm hoping that not too much. I'm a big fan of new content. So I'm hoping not too much stuff is reused. A nice set of bracers. But heroes, I would definitely like to see heroes. Range and rate, that might be a decent piece for my monk. I'm not even sure. Let me see. I got range and power on mine. Yeah, I think I'd rather stick with the range and power. Actually, is it worth losing the power for? I don't think it is. Fort and range. I think I probably have better bracers. Yeah, these right here are a little bit of an upgrade. Do I want fort and range, though, is the thing. Movement speed is always nice. Let me see. Wrong tab. See, fort range. Got mana regen on those and HP restore on mana pickup. These are probably going to go on my EV, on my Waller. I think this is it. Let's just go ahead and get these dialed in. I would like to see Aquanos. You guys know my feelings on Aquanos. Well, that gets me to 11.5, and I'm still at 8,700 range, so not too shabby. Now, I can't stress the importance enough, y'all. Before you leave the keep, run around now and look for any offhands on the ground, because there's good stuff. I mean, you could find an offhand with like 300 plus upgrades. You know, that's going to be the high end, of course, but loot like that exists. I've gotten several really good shields now that are 300 plus upgrades and mad stats. The highest I know of is a 305. I think it was a 305. Theoden, what's up, man? Doesn't look like we got any laying around still. But if it's on the ground still at the end of the map, it has pretty good chances of being a high roll. On your monk, my monk, here's mine. This one's in snares and electric auras. So I got 11.5k power, 8,700 range, 7,700 rate. And of course, you know, fort is nothing to worry about now. I think that may be my best geared hero currently. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's my best geared hero at the moment. You know I love me some monkage. I gotta have them auras. Nice thick ones that still hit like a truck. Anyway, let's try this one more time. I'll try Aramir's build again and try to actually build it in a decent speed. Like I said, he's got this build down to a bit of an art form. And he's doing 7-minute runs on the keep. That's just really impressive, you know? So, ensnare, electric, gas, explosive. Then we want a 2DU wall right here, just in case. And then we're going to need a reflect beam across here, just 1DU. Cover both lanes, and then head over here. Yeah, Arcanus is only wave 25 to keep. It's the only place it drops. Yeah, it's Aramir. He spells it with an A, though. A-R-A. But yeah, just as you would think it is. Quick. Right, then we want, what, a buff beam. The explosive traps, even though they're not really in a great place, it adds a lot. It really adds a lot of clearing to the build. I think I'm going to change something. I'm going to go with an ensnare, an electric, and then just an unfused healing aura here. And then that should free up 2DU. And I think my archer problems will be remedied. He doesn't do these, of course. He puts the extra wisp in instead. Demic, thank you so much for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Right, then we got DST. That second one getting the buff? It's not. I placed the first one really bad. Neither one of them's getting the buff. Jeez. I haven't placed any DSTs in so long, I can't figure out how to place them right. Alright, we're getting it there. And we're getting it there. Yay! It's a win. They do that every now and then. Twitch does it too. They do some kind of, I don't know. I mean, some of the stuff I understand. Like, they go through and they remove old accounts or accounts that are no longer active. And that's understandable, you know. But why people that are subscribed get unsubscribed, I will never know. But they do it. All right, what am I missing here? I missed some. I got the 3DU. Oh, and I even put all the wisps down. So I missed something somewhere. Oh, the gas traps is what I missed. So we had 3 gas traps. I think wisps are better than DSTs for the keep, but it's all about finding that happy mixture, which, like, this is a pretty happy mixture here. Just one stack, you know? Try to get them all upgraded a couple of times, or at least once. Get that extra range. Oops. Alright, looking good. What's going on, Equim? How you doing today, man? Long time no see. And that also gives you the completely lazy siren killing, too, with the reflex. I just like having those reflex there, I don't know. Stuck on the hard campaign, last act. Oh. A Rift Wyvern. Maybe I think I may have put the R's out too far on that one. You're stuck on hard to keep. I mean, you don't have to complete it unless you just want to. You can go ahead and jump on up to insane. Like, I personally have not completed all of medium mode, hard mode, any of those myself. I've got lots of missing check marks. Basically, as far as the campaign goes, you have to play through it one time. And you can kind of choose where that is, but it has to be anytime insane or lower. But remember, just doing Deeper Well on hard unlocks Deeper Well on insane. So you only, if you want, you only have to do one map in each difficulty and then just play through the campaign of one of them. Because you get to a point where you need to have the summit unlocked as well. To get the nightmare mode, you have to have beaten the summit on insane. Yeah, I think I put the R's out a little too far, maybe. Maybe that was it. Didn't take a ton of damage, but I'll just throw a few ups on these electric R's, and hopefully that burns them a touch quicker. And we'll give them a little bit more range by buffing up this overclock as well. I'm doing okay. No complaints. I really want to put together an EV laser beam set. And that Mark, what's it called? Protean Cannon Mark II set bonus is very, very elusive. You're scrolling the YouTube. I moved, Equim, so I'm in a new house now, and I've got my own studio again, so I've actually have not been feeling really well the last several weeks, so I haven't used it much in the last couple of weeks, but I've been trying to use it often again. I think that's all we got. Now, I haven't found any offhands that were really good prior to Wave 25, but other folks are saying that they've gotten some really good ones earlier than Wave 25. But I haven't been really looking at them other than the ones that are just staring at me here from killing the sirens. I haven't been looking at the stuff out on the map. It's supposed to be in the Nintendo lot check right now, so it's waiting for Nintendo. It's like the Xbox or PlayStation version of certification. But sadly, Nintendo historically takes a really, really long time. Like, apparently the last Terraria update for Switch took over a month to get the update through the Nintendo lot check. So they do have a little bit of a reputation of being slowpokes with it. That's another video I've got coming, is exactly where loot drops there, Brent. Are you talking about the video or the image? Give me a sec. I don't want to leave the run AFK here until, or yeah, all the portals are popped. Let's see. That one right there. Just screenshot that bad boy and you'll have it. But I'll upload it somewhere. That way I can just link to it in the video and people can just see it. Senior? Senior, how you doing? Long time no see. Back in action. I don't think we even need these upgrades. It's like that explosive trap may have put some work in that time. Let's see what we got here. Transfer from Nightmare to Massacre. The most important tip I would give you for Rift mode would be get a fusion defense set up immediately. Ideally either Wisps or DSTs. As far as for non-Rift mode, I would say make sure you're using multiple elements for your crowd control. So don't just throw a gas trap in a lane. Because a gas trap is poison and an ensnare aura is poison, and those are both very common defenses. But you're going to want to throw a different element to help with crowd control. So like the natural choice for most people when we were all playing through Massacre originally was to use a gas trap, ensnare aura, and a shock beam. So then you've got one element that's electric, that's crowd control. And the shock beam would be like last resort. You want the gas trap and the ensnare doing all the work. But if a poison siren comes down the lane, you've got one of two choices. You either got to have something else there to help CC it, or you've got to pay attention and kill that lane. So like the special enemies for Massacre mode are the siren. And you'll see that's what I've been farming in the middle. This is a siren. So a siren will come out and they will make enemies immune to whatever element they're attuned to. Or not immune, but 90% resistance. So here I've got one physical and one poison siren. So when they go back to the lane, every enemy they pass, they make that enemy have resistance to poison and, in that situation, physical damage. So having multiple elements there makes sure you're covered. Just got DDA on the Switch and just finished the campaign on medium. Dive into survival now. I would go up to a higher difficulty first, Daniel. Like the first place where you'll get stuck and can't progress any further is getting to level 70 for Nightmare to unlock Nightmare mode. So I would suggest getting to Insane mode and then grind up to level 70 in survivals in Insane. And that will also give you some really nice loot that you can, use to help you break into Nightmare mode. And then basically rinse and repeat, do the same thing to get to level 83 to get to Massacre. But don't add grind for yourself, is what I try to tell people. There's plenty of grind in the game. You don't have to add more, So don't grind prior to making it through to end game. Get to end game and do your grind there. Now, I know it's natural instinct. You want to get the best stuff available to you at the time. It's everyone's natural instinct. But there's just no shortage of grinding to do in Dungeon Defenders games, all of them. So don't create grind that you don't have to do. I mean, I can tell you right now, I am sick of this map. Absolutely sick of it. I've done this map so many times now, and I'm just having the worst luck. I've got a lot more times to do it. Oh, crap. Get so used to there being wisps over here. I was running over to upgrade them. Jeez, I'm on like day 6 now of just hard grinding this map. Oh shit, I lost a DST and my buff beam, so I am going to be in trouble unless I get a super fast boss kill. So I better put some work in. I didn't even realize I was derping around. Jeez, I wonder if it was like that last wave. I'm going to have to watch for south side ogres, basically. Because I don't have a DST pointed to that side. Shoot, man, that is some major derp right there. See if we can get some damage in on him here. Not even going to spin on him until I get ready to bail. No, there was nothing out here to clear. I figured that would have helped me clear. Uh-oh. Rift Ogre on a core. Where is he? Yeah, it's over. Short lane Ogre. Man, I wish I would have noticed. I just didn't even notice. See what happens when I mess around and change the build? I should have stuck with the first one, huh? Boo! But yeah, we had a short lane Ogre smash this wall. And it's just over then. Alright, let me try it one more time. I want to use the same type of build, I think, though. The only thing I'm not sure of is, I mean, I feel like I need those reflect beams. Let me do it without reflects again and just see. I'll do the exact Aramir build here. Without having those reflects in the back. And we want one here. Good enough. No, they made the boss a bit tankier. He's still pretty easy. No, they have not fixed traps yet. They're still not in a great way, but they are usable, is the thing. They're certainly not in a great way, but they are definitely usable. If they fix traps, I think they're going to be really good. But you can see now, like, what do I have on my Huntress? These are mainly gas traps, but I've got 4,500 rate, right? I mean, that's more than enough on every defense to get way past the cap. Explosive traps on a buff beam, I'm only down to a 1.69 per second reset time. So I'm not even at the cap, and it's even on a buff beam. So it feels like there's something wrong with the range scaling on traps. After Massacre Survival release, well, if you're in Massacre Survival gear, no, I'll just start on Massacre Rifted mode. The first thing you're going to want to do is get yourself a either a set of Fusion DSTs. Oops, this is my build. I'm doing Aramir's build. God dang it. Get yourself a set of Fusion DSTs or Wisps first, and that will make the rest of your experience just much, much more enjoyable. Having a hard time completing Nightmare Lycan map on campaign? Well, I mean, it depends on what you're losing to. I mean, the answer is there. You just have to know why you're losing. Let's see. On PC, you can just hit enter to open the chat log, and it will tell you what destroyed your core. You're losing to the boss? Well, then your DPS is the problem. because your build doesn't have to really hold very long to get through the boss fight if you've got decent DPS. Like, you're going to 2-cycle the boss every time, and then on really good runs, you'll 1-cycle the boss. What awful placement, huh? When you've got good DPS. And, you know, most builds are going to hold through 1 or 2 boss cycles without any issue. You just have to watch the sore spots on the map. Like that short lane, this short lane right over here, can get an ogre. This one. If it gets an ogre, I mean, the core is right there, you know? So you have to watch for stuff like that. And remember, the boss isn't going anywhere. So take your time. Get your, you know, make sure the ogres on the map are dead. Like right now, I ignore the ogres when I'm doing my regular build that I use. And they just all die. But like when I was first breaking into the map, you could not ignore the ogres. You had to pay attention to them, you know? Jack this one all the way up, and we'll dump everything else into the wisps here. I mean, the wisps are putting in all the work here, right? The DSTs are just to assist with the flyers and the copters. What have we got left? We can do 2 there, and we'll do 1 over here. All right. So this is the exact build that he's using. But yeah, if you're making it to the boss and you're dying on the boss, it's definitely a DPS issue. Because, I mean, just making it to the boss, your build is good, you know? Yeah, this is a Aramir speedrun build. I don't know how he does it. I mean, he's got the magic, of course, but, you know, a Rift Wyvern. So I'm just not putting he's got more aura range than me. I think that's what's going on with these Wyverns. Anyway, he's been running this map in 7 minutes. 7 minutes. It's like, good lord, man. That's crazy. I think I need to either move these auras back a little bit to cover the Wyvern a little bit better, or just get upgrades into it. Brand Nix the Magician? Oh my god. Yeah, I'll probably be doing some public games here in a bit. I'm not going to farm this map all day. This map it's become quite the grinder. I mean, I'm not exaggerating when I say I've run this 300 times in the last week. That is not an exaggeration at all. That is serious hours logged. Now, granted, a lot of these runs are not super speedy because when it's late at night and I got a video rendering or I'm watching some Netflix or whatever, then I just AFK the build all the way to the bosses. But I want to get in and do a few different maps, and I'd definitely like to get some public matches going here. I'm trying to get a staff with Protean Cannon Mark II on it that has all 4 builder stats, that has all 3 hero stats, and has 3 projectiles. That's not asking for too much, right? I mean, I don't even care how many upgrades it has. It can be a low upgrade item. But I want that to be my offhand, and it's such a rare offhand to get that I'm trying to get it first, and I still have to farm the main hand weapon. I need to get another map going. I'm at grind point, is the deal with it. Once you start survival, you're going to have to go through a few survivals. So I'm not going to do an episode of me going through every survival. So what I'm going to do is record, like the next episode is going to be highlights of me going through like the next 3 survivals. And we'll still count the map total. But I'm going to be doing the same thing every time. It's just, you know, I'm at that grind to get to level 70 to unlock Nightmare. So my goal, or my intention, is to go to about level 55 in survival, and then go through the insane campaign. And then the insane campaign will be a complete steamroll at that point. Like, my AFK runs are normally about 13 minutes, but I'm watching for, you know, I'm AFK and usually watching Netflix on another monitor or editing a video or whatever. But I am looking over at the screen every now and then to see, you know, obviously to see when the boss is coming and to G up. But I'm not, I don't use macro or anything. I don't care if it sits there. If I forget about it and I leave it sit there and don't hit G for a few minutes, it's not the end of the world. So I just, you know, AFK is just a whole nother level of quality of life in there when it comes to the absurd grind. But yeah, this building, now obviously there was nothing quick about me building this, but once you get the build down and you can fly through the build, this is like sub 9 minutes at least every single run. And like I said, Aramir's been using it and getting down to as low as 7 minutes. Just ridiculous. I'm trying out a new keep build there, Rebel Jake, with some explosive traps and some DSTs added back in with the wisps. See, and once oh, you know what? I didn't even upgrade that aura. In this wave, maybe it's because I upgraded the wisps. This wave, there was no wyvern issues over here. What the best map would be to get from 103 to 105? Don't, just completely ignore it, Ginge, and do whatever you're farming for. Because you're going to be at 105 long before you get to the point where you get the items you want. So just keep farming, and you'll get to 105 and not even realize it. 103 to 105 is not very many survivals, though. You should be able to get through that pretty dang quick. All right, I got 2D. Oh, I lost my wall, probably. Got to farm better. I've got to go through and fine-tune all of my builders. Now that the percent damage is fixed, it's significant. You want that on all of your pieces, on a damaging defense. Every single piece. You want defense power and percent damage increase. It's a significant gain. It's much more of a gain than the raw stats give you. Might as well grab the rest of this, huh? Maybe have a little change for the next wave. Anything good over here? Nope. But yeah, I'm at that point. I don't know who to do first. I was thinking to do guard gear first because, you know, I've got electric auras, wisps, and gas traps are in every build that I use basically now. So, I mean, that's a lot of guard gear farming, right? I'm going to be burnt on those guard gear maps. Or I could just keep farming Act 4 and just let RNG decide, you know? Because, I mean, I can get guard gear right here. Tornado Highlands grind. Oof. That's one that's AFKable, though, is the thing, so even though it's a grindy map, it takes so long to complete it. You can AFK that one, so I'll be saving that one for, that's pretty good offhand. I mean, I don't even need it, I don't think, but that's a pretty good one. I do need to fix my monk set bonus. They're a chance to drop from any survival chest, wave or victory chest, from insane and higher, Ginge. I mean, the good ones, these really high roll ones I'm finding, they're going to be here on the keep. And it's going to be just RNG. You're guaranteed a mask. But I've been getting a lot of bracers and stuff too, which is nice. Alright, might as well just throw the rest of this mana in over here. Into whatever. But yeah, every boss map guarantees an accessory drop. Well, I just find it fun. I mean, it's quite enjoyable for me. That's what I want to get that EV set up. I'm dying to try it out. On paper, it looks like it'll be about 90 million sustained DPS without relying on irradiate at all. Which is pretty damn good, really, you know? 90 mil sustained in Massacre without irradiate happening. Oh man, he's coming back around, isn't he? Or no, he's good. He in a good spot. Let's clear the pack here. I like to hit him with the spin when he goes out, because a lot of times there's a mob build up there. So you're really able to clear that out using the spin. And he should pop. He popped. Alright, come on, RNG. I'm gonna look at the staff last. Only 2 stats on that, but that's the... I know they go down to 0.67, but that's the lowest attack rate I've seen on one that's 3 projectiles. See, we got fortify and defense rate on a relic with no power, or on a mask with no power. That's no good. We got see now. I mean, I would use that on my rogue, but I just don't need the range. Militia gauntlets. Fort and range. All 4 builder stats, but fort and range is not what you'd want. How about the Arcanist piece? Rate and fort. It's a big bummer all the way around so far, but the staff. Oh. Damn it, man. It's got Ethereal Marksman on it. It's just not what I want. I guess I could try it. I mean, that's the best rolled one I've found so far. The attack rate is kind of a meh. The problem is I want to set up for the proton cannon or the energy cannon. They don't have to be hybrid. You want them to be hybrid. Hybrid is a big quality of life, not having to have additional heroes swapping around. You don't have to make them a hybrid. That's got Inspired Assault. Let's see what kind of damage this puts out without even having the set. Ethereal Marksman is just not the set that I want, though. Increases the damage, attack rate, and attributes of all equipped set pieces by 20%. But without even having a set, this thing is going to do pretty decent damage. And remember, it's AoE. 616.3. What, 4 times a second times 3. Because it is AoE damage. And it's got a fun shot. I don't know. I just like it. But what I really want... I don't mind losing hero stats on armor at all, no. Now, if you want to min-max, you have to have separate heroes for your stat points only. It's not at a loss. It's just different. It's a different system. You still need to have an armor set on a DPS hero just for the armor value. But nah, this change doesn't bother me in the slightest. I mean, if you want to min-max, truly, then you would have a separate hero. Just like before. So there's no difference in that regard. The only difference is you don't have to upgrade as many pieces. Or you don't have to hunt for as many pieces. So yeah, like my DPS hero is going to be my Waller. But yeah, you still got your accessories, where a DPS hero and a builder are going to have different passives that you're trying to go for. You know, on a builder, you're going to want all defense stats. Like this guy. You know, this is a builder. As passive. So you would have an entire different set of gear on a true DPS hero to min-max. But then additionally, you've always got your stat points, which you're going to need a separate DPS hero to min-max that as well. What have we got here? Ethereum Champion. I don't have a single offhand. I sold everything the other day. Oh, crap. And I forgot to look around the map. God dang it. I didn't... I know there was a good one laying there. All right. So what do we want to look for today? God, man, I really don't want to do Tornado Highlands, but it seems like that's the map, right? Bunch of junk. I haven't found the dolls on the new maps. I haven't looked for them. I've got a video showing all the doll locations on the other maps, but I haven't even looked for them on the new maps. Oh, we're gonna get way higher numbers now with this new system. They're new. The high numbers we could get before didn't include passives and didn't include armor sets. So we're going to get way higher numbers now than we did before. Zero doubts. I mean, just to radiate is more than most heroes were doing in damage. Just the one single passive is more than what most heroes were doing. Well, I mean, having the stat doesn't mean anything. It's a matter of how much damage you put out. Your stats mean nothing. All of those are just transforming into your survivability and your damage output, right? So what matters is that you're putting out the damage, not that your stat says a bigger number. But I can tell you, prior to the update, I didn't have anywhere near these stats on my monk. Nowhere near. This is a builder monk. Thanks so much for subscribing, Matthew. I didn't have anywhere near this because you had to stack everything into vitality, so you ended up losing all of your attack or your ability. This system is 1,000 times better, in my opinion. I mean, if you don't like it, I understand. Everybody's entitled to their opinion for sure. What's going on there, Otto? But, I mean, I think the system's way better. It gives you more to farm for. All right, y'all. I don't want to do it, but let me just do it one more time. Let me do it one more time. I promise I'll get to another map, but God, the grind has been so real on this one. And then here I'll do the old build that I used to do, or that I've been doing. And this is my snoozer build for at nighttime when I'm editing a video or chillaxing or doing whatever. But this is the same build I've been using for like 3 weeks. It just gets the job done. Your DD1 brain hurts. Well, yeah. I mean, it gives it... That's the whole point, I think, is they didn't want the game to be a remake, yet they ended up taking way too much content from the original game, and everyone that looks at it that doesn't know what their intentions were the whole time looks at the game as if it was a DD1, failed DD1 remake, right? So they're just trying to give the game its own personality, which, I mean, I can support that. I don't want remakes. If you're going to do a remake, I got a simple request. Take the exact game that DD1 is today, right now, after the CDT's work, and make it look like DD2. That would be my only request if you're going to do a remake, you know? I think that would be a wonderful, wonderful remake. But if they don't want it to be a remake, I'm good with it not being a remake. You know, and then it's just going to need its own flavor. And that's what they're trying to do, is add in its own personality. Oh, you'd like the quality of life changes to DD1 too? I mean, that would be something that the community development team would have to do, and I'm not certain. I mean, Redux still gets updates, but I don't know if the community development team is updating anymore. I don't know. They might be, and there might be more coming, but I'm not sure on that. They're still they do lots of events and stuff. You heard correctly, Aramir. You heard correctly. Free RNG for Aramir. Oh, you mean on a DD1 remake? Yeah, definitely. I mean, then, of course, the critics would say, then it's not DD1. But I agree with you. If they would remake it, I love how DD1 plays. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful game. I love how DD2 looks. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. And then getting the quality of life, you know, between the two would be just wonderful. But on the same note, I'm hoping with Dungeon Defenders 3, they take an entirely different path. Like, I don't want to see one single map from from any of the Dungeon Defenders games in Dungeon Defenders 3. Make a goddamn unique game, you know? Give us new heroes. Give us new maps. Give us a continued or new story. You know, that's what I personally want. And, I mean, I know Dungeon Defenders 3 is many, many years away. Many, probably. If it happens at all. I would love to see that. Personally. What did I forget? I always forget a wisp. It's 7 wisps on the inside, not 6. At least you when you realize you forgot something, you don't have to run too far. But this is the normal farm build that I use. And I'm not going to do that now because I don't want to bore you all to tears. But I usually put my nose in this corner right here on my warden. And just chill. I mean, I want new stuff is the thing. They've already abandoned lore. Lore was abandoned in DD2. Let's be honest here. The lore in DD2 is shit. The lore in DDA doesn't make sense. DD1 had incredible lore. But since they don't care about lore, then we don't really need the same heroes, you know? Now, if they ever decided to make the lore make sense and fit together, then of course you would want a continuing story. But since lore was completely abandoned, and Chovy McFish Sticks, thank you so much. Well, I do appreciate that. It was, I mean, I'll be honest, I was kind of embarrassed for DDA and DD2 when I put the lore so far, or the story so far video together. It was like a 28-minute video going through the entire story from Dungeon Defenders Eternity, everything. And the Dungeon Defenders 1, out of a 28-minute video, the Dungeon Defenders 1 cutscenes and story was like 22 minutes of it. Literally. DDE was about 20 seconds. DD2 was a few minutes, and DDA was a few minutes. I don't really intend to do any viewer keep maps. I do maps with people in my Discord server all the time. But I probably won't do any of those on stream. You did DDE last month? Or did DDE last like a month? It lasted a little longer. I mean, there was critics right out of the gates. It didn't have very many game sales, you know? But on the same note, their community manager at the time on a live stream said what the game was. And he actually said, this is a way for us to test the Playverse system before we begin development, or before we continue development on DD2, and still earn some revenue. So it was worded as if, here's a POS cash grab that we should be giving you for free just to test it, but instead we're going to charge you for it, and we're still going to use it as a testing ground for a new system that we're putting in our upcoming game. So that's what that translated to, you know? And I mean, I appreciated the honesty from the community manager, you know? And I played the game. I actually put I want to say I got 700 or 800 hours into Eternity. I mean, I didn't play it like DD1 or DD2 or DDA, but I did play it several hundred hours. Range and movement speed. Yeah. I mean, I tell you what I did like about DDE was I loved the completely blown out of balance speed caps. I loved having machine gun archers that were just crazy, man. I had so much fun with those things. Just having archers just mow down entire lanes. It was crazy good. But, you know, I mean, how long can you do that before the novelty wears off? When you don't have the big hook, you know? Even if you had taken a break from Dungeon Defenders, DDE made you want to go back and play more DD1. It didn't make you want to play DDE, you know? But I did have fun with it. I probably would still play it every now and then if we would have been able to keep our save files. But since we didn't have access, since there's no server anymore, we didn't have access to our save files. DDE is why you didn't end up backing DD2 or DDA. That's fair. You have no idea. You guys have no idea how many people over the last decade of doing all this Dungeon Defenders content that I've met that were the biggest Dungeon Defenders fans that now absolutely hate the franchise and hate the company. I mean, there's a big list of them, you know. That was Aramir's speedrun build. I didn't try to speedrun it. I just tried to build, but it works really good. Works super good. You gotta have big stats, but I mean, a speedrun build is not designed to be done with low stats, you know? Or throw some love in over here, too. That's very fair, JC. I mean, I've got my own indifferences with them both as well. Oh, nice, Jim. That's awesome. Hoping to do more. Hoping to do more of those soon. I don't think it's there the rest of the night. If enough people want to see it, I'll do it again. If you guys want to see the build start to finish. But on the same note, I didn't want to sit here and grind this map all day, unless you guys want to see it. I mean, I need to sit here and grind all the maps a million days. It's going okay, Carmine. I've had really, really bad luck the last week. I've been grinding hard, and I've had terrible, terrible luck. And last night, I actually got 2 really good accessories. So it was just nice to see something that was really good after having a terrible string of bad luck. But I've been kind of on the weapon hunt, and I'm just not getting the weapons I want. I mean, I gave up on the sword for the Squire. My spinny sword is a piece of crap. Doesn't even have vitality on it. I kind of gave up on getting a new weapon for the rogue just because I haven't been able to get anything. I mean, my weapon hunt on the rogue has been like the first couple of days I got the best things I've ever seen for the rogue. And I mean, none of it was ideal, but it was the best things I've seen so far. Better than 800 stats on fusion armor drops? Absolutely. On the Ancient Dragon bonus waves. I mean, 800 is probably close to the top, but I've seen higher pieces. Where'd he go? Come on, dude, what you doing? You're supposed to follow me out here. Sometimes when you take the dog for a walk, he goes wherever he wants. I don't even need to pop it, but I'm gonna bring him in anyway. You kill bosses on survival. I got a tutorial video going through the full details of bonus waves back from a few days ago, but the TLDW is beat bosses on survival. All right, come on now. Come on, RNG. Quit being so mean. Come to me. We got a poo-poo brooch. Pardon me. We got a poo-poo Arcanist piece. Let's see the weapon. Come on, weapon. 2 stats. Boo. Not gonna settle for a 2-stat weapon. Here's a 4 MP regen. That'd be a good fill-in piece. Fused gas traps are like a huge luxury, Kuba, yeah. If not, every poison immune enemy just rolls right through them. It's in my opinion, it's the second most important defense. It would be tied with Ensnare Auras there. But like the very first thing you should do is set up either DSTs or Wisps as a brand new player. The second thing you should do is set up crowd control. Either gas traps or ensnares, one of the two. Just so insanely good. No good. Nothing. Looks like no loot. Yeah, rifted enemies are just like regular enemies. They can get immunity. The immunity you care about is the siren immunity, all right? Yeah, there's poison sirens. There's fire sirens. There's electric sirens. Absolutely. 100%. You need it. A DST is a deadly striker tower from The Apprentice. Every damaging defense you set up the same way, Steve. You get all 4 builder stats on every piece of gear. And then when you upgrade it, you only upgrade power. Anything that does damage, you want to do the same way. All right, so what are we doing? We want to get back in on the monkey action. I mean, I'm not even going to keep that for the 4 mana regen. Not having power on it's just a deal breaker. No, their damage is fused, so they're doing fusion damage when they hit you. But fusion has nothing to do with their resistances. But when they hit you, they do fusion damage. I use it for pets. You can't do it. That icon, can you? Oh my god, can you? Oh my god, Omni Legend. Is it actually going to be there? It's not there. There it is. Oh my god. How did I not know that? Oh my god. That is wonderful. Jesus, now I gotta set them all up. See what you guys do to me? Get rid of this. That's the problem. And now it's weirding out on me. Here we go. Bag image. Which this one? Accessories. Which accessory do we use? Oops. I mean, you gotta use the St. Patty's Day hat. That's a must. Bag image. Lightsabers. Ancient gear. God lord, man. I can't believe I didn't know there was a juicy fruit pet there. I had no idea. God dang it, man. And why does it keep scrolling back to the top, though? That's just beyond irritating. We'll go ancient. Guard. I should do heads, right? Instead of the boots. I think the boots are easily recognizable, though, is the thing. Minor. Where to primitive. There it is. And then we'll put that one on the salt sack. I like it. I like it. And to think, I wasn't even going to bother going through those until they did a UI change. But knowing that the Juicy Fruit Pets there is, it's a must-have situation, you know? All right. So where to? Nah, my auras are all power because I use electric auras. So I want more damage. So my ensnare, the only auras I use are ensnare and electric. So full power, and then range is my second stat. Electric Aura is extremely efficient in taking out little guys, especially after you gear them up. Now, granted, without gearing them up really well, they're kind of poopy, I agree. But they're extremely efficient at taking out the little guys, and they can't be destroyed by anything but a Djinn, and there's no targeting. If you're in it, you're taking damage. And all of the other, like a lightning tower is the obvious go-to in that situation. A lightning tower can be destroyed by any enemy. There's targeting issues, and the chain is so disappointing if you play DD1. You're changing your name to RNG? All right, Nagiri. Well, let's go get a monkey, I guess, huh? We did some monkey farming yesterday. Do we want to do more monkey farming? The Demon Lord pet is kind of a bummer. The Mega Chicken is fun, but it needs a little bit more power. Plus, I've already got a pretty damn good Mega Chicken. I got this one. I mean, that's not 400 upgrades, but that's pretty decent, right? But what I don't have is a really good monkey. We'll do some public matches here, Lycan King bonus waves. Let's see. We'll make it sushi just for Nagiri Toro. And yep, let's get it. Then go with it and step up. You don't want to be grinding Lycan King bonus waves, are you, huh? Go with what you got and get up to the next tier. Don't try to min-max in Nightmare mode. You know? Don't grind when you don't have to grind. I went through that earlier on stream. The game has got enough grind in it already. Don't create new grind for yourself, you know? So take what you got and move on. I mean, if you've got 800 and all 4 builder stats on your builders, you're going to blast through Massacre. So just get there. You don't have to beat Lycan King. Or are you talking about just to unlock the bonus waves? Well, I mean, with 8,000 stats, you're going to beat the Lycan King. Spam those wisp builds, man. They're broken. Broken. Say. I don't remember how many wisps I use here. That build that I did, the last build I did on Lycan Keep, I did it the other day with low level stats. I still need to go through and record a video of it. But I got my stats down to like 6,500, between 6,500 and 7,000 of a main stat. And I did that build, that exact build. Well, I mean, if you don't have, well, a Mega Chicken is not a boss killing pet there, Johan. Get your rogue out and shoot some stuff in the face, man. That is the answer, because the rogue will completely burn the boss, even with a summit normal survival weapon. Well, is ninjas the reason you're losing the map? You said it was because of the boss. If ninjas aren't the reason you're losing the map, then why do you give a shit about ninjas? You know? I bet you can do it, man. You just gotta pop on a different character. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. The Mega Chicken's for clearing trash. It's not for fighting bosses. You know? Don't try to make it do what it's not meant to do. This build on 4-player, we gotta watch for wyverns. On solo, you can just snooze it out. Actually, up to 3-player, you can just snooze it out. On the Squire, whatever you plan on building with, I'm still got high hopes and dreams that one day harpoons will be wondrous, so I've got my Squire set up for harpoons. I don't use them, but that's the gear set he's got. Because one day, the harpoons will meet their previous glory days from DD1. One day. That's a pretty cool looking transmog set. You look like it's military or something. Like you're in camo. I haven't seen anybody use that. That's a pretty good looking setup. Harpoons to kill the Genie King. Harpoons for everything in DD1. You could find a way to sneak them into every map. You know, just such a wonderful defense. I still think that the best harpoon shots, as far as just scenic, were doing tavern defense and watching them spray down those copters. Just straight lines of ballista or harpoon bolts going through the sky. Just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful thing. What's going on there, Kickpone? Hey, dude, you won in that giveaway the other day. You need to reply to that video and then get a hold of me. I knew I recognized. There's like two or three of the names. Or I think it's 2 of the names I recognized. Oh, you did reply. I'm going to have to check then. I didn't see it. I've been checking it like 3 or 4 times a day, and only one person has claimed their winnings. But I'll have to double check. Are you in my Discord server, Cake? KSO, what's up, man? You are? Okay, that'll be easy. I'll send it to you after the stream. If I don't send it to you after the stream, then I forgot. So just poke at me. Farming Monkey Kings again? Farming Monkey Kings still. There's not a damn good Monkey King in this box, I'm sure. What the hell, man? Rusted Knight's gonna get a badass Monkey King, watch. Harpoon should do massive AoE explosions that don't impact 100 tiny explosions that do 1,000% more damage. Sounds interesting. Sounds interesting. I like the thought. The Monkey Kings are the highest. It's the boss killer pet. If you want to do a pet build in DDA in the current build of the game, there's only 4 fusion pets to choose from. The highest single target DPS of the 4 is the Monkey King. And that's why the hype. Like, I mean, my Monkey King I've got now is not even very good. And on my Squire, it dishes out almost 90 million sustained DPS. A good one is going to do over 100 million. Sustained, constant. Pop, 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 pop. 100 million DPS. I mean, that's just good shit, right? You don't even need the Genie anymore, Demon Child. All you have to do is get to 10 mana regen. You can get to 10 mana regen on only having 2 accessories. So it's relatively... I mean, it's all a grind. Of course it's a grind. But it's very possible... Well, it's possible to get to 10 mana regen just off of 2 items. You can get 5 on... Well, I've got a 5 on masks and 5 on bracers now. I haven't seen 5 on a brooch yet. What's going on there, Wob? How you doing? About the hidden rooms in DDA. Most of the stuff in DDA that people find, like in the tavern and stuff like that, were old design plans, I think. And then some of them are just used. It's an asset that they had, and they like will just stuff it in under a map to anchor a map. But like the secret room here, of course, is for the doll. On this one, this is an intended actual secret room, you know, and it's for the doll. Which the dolls have no real purpose other than Pokemon. Got to collect them all, right? There's no achievement or nothing attached to them. I'm assuming, hopefully, one day by the end, there will be, right? The DD1's basement is hidden underneath the tavern, or at least it was. I don't know if it still is. And, that was brought up in Discord, and one of the devs responded with something along the lines of, you know, that was a previously planned feature that's not currently in the design decisions, or something along those lines. So it's just there. You know, the basement with the arcade machines and whatnot. From DD1. So it might just be an anchor, like an Unreal Engine anchor now, where it's just holding the rest of the map up. But we don't know. I mean, hopefully they'll use it, right? I mean, everybody wants the secret rooms. But there's other little rooms that are quite odd on various maps where it's like straight up, it's just a world anchor. You know, you can tell. Don't get the mom's crossbow and dad's sword? Yeah. Well, I mean, they can't straight copy the game, right? They already get accused of it being a remake. They don't want to straight copy it. Come on, monkey. There's got to be a super monkey around here somewhere, right? Spooter up there. No, it's not a remaster. It's fair to assume that it is, but it's not a remaster. It's its own game that's supposed to be designed with the feeling of Dungeon Defenders 1. That's what a lot of people think. I mean, it's very fair to think so. You load into the game, you see all these maps, the same maps, right? I mean, that's extremely fair assumption. I gave up trying to tell people that it's not a remaster. I get that so many times. It's like, I'm not trying to argue. It's just not supposed to be a remaster. It's supposed to be its own game. Yeah, no doubt. The remasters with less similarity to the base game. That's for sure. The episodic content is... They did really good on this one. They hit this one on the head. They hit it right on the mark. It's what the game needed. It needed a bit of its own direction. I think it's a lot of good design choices, and it's good design choices that are going to continue on. Like, say the next boss, you know, the Super Juice Master. Not really, but the next boss comes in the next big content update. We're going to unlock a new bonus wave. So we're going to want to go back to the keep and do those maps on the new bonus wave, you know. It gives you a lot of long-term replay value with the future in mind. So, I mean, I personally think they really hit the mark, you know. They did exactly what the game needed. All right, come on, monkey. Ew. God. What about the one from last wave? 0.5. That would have been an upgrade. Here's the one I'm trying to replace. I'm trying to get better than this. So it's got to be 0.33 seconds attack rate. It's got to have all 3 stats. I'm not going to settle because this one is workable. This one works. My problem with my Squire is I got a shit weapon. Only 2 stats, and I got 1 passive that's not wonderful. I think I've got a better shield now. Anyway, let's go again, y'all. Let's go again. Be possible to get my pet? Well, the pet is exclusive to my streams and giveaways. They can't just put the pet in the game, or it would... I mean, they could. They could do whatever they want. You know, it's their game. But it would, it would violate its intention. Of course, Chromatic would never do something like that. Low blow. But yeah, anyway, they're supposed to be for me to give away on streams and YouTube videos. I'm grateful. I wasn't expecting it. Like the mask in DD2 was a Casters Guild agreement, so that was completely expected. You know, it's like one of the only things in the entire Casters Guild that they actually came through on. So, but I was expecting that to happen, and that was cool. You know, this one was not expected at all. Like 2 days or 3 days before the game launches, Lotha's like, "Hey man, I got something I want to show you." So yeah, it was a very, very pleasant surprise. Thanks, Lotters. That's actually really, really slow compared to the good builders, Ginge. I'm not the fastest builder in the world. You can spam bees so fast. Just pop, 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 pop. You know, you can get them going really, really quick. Additionally, I got cast rate on my pole arm. So, yeah. Let's mega chicken it out a little bit here for a wave or two. Well, you want to pick one primary defense to work on there, Ed. DSTs are a great choice. These wisps are a great choice. The sludge launcher or the beaming blossom from the dryad are a great choice. But just pick a main defense that you want to use a lot. And then after that, in my opinion, you should go for a crowd control item instead of going for a second damaging defense right away. These mobs are all just evaporating. Pshaw! Franken dead. It did not go well for Franken. We should have ogres over on the other lane, right? Oh, no, Rusted Knight killed them all already. Yeah, wisps and ensnare auras are a wonderful, wonderful first choice, Ed. Absolutely wonderful. I hide behind Rusted Knight. The Mega Chicken can clear a lane. I mean, it's a great trash mob pet, right? I could just stand right here, and besides ogres and the range mobs shooting at me, it will clear this lane. It doesn't make any sense, Big Caster. Fused auras, then fused electric. Electric auras are an aura. I'm not sure. Or are you talking about something else? A lot of people are using using LTs there too. I just am a monk fan, you know. Did they boost current XP values? Monk is 99 now and is not 99. No, they shouldn't have boosted your current value. You should still be where you were at before. I think. I don't remember anything changing with that. I mean, the max is now 105. I don't know. I mean, maybe there is something wonky there, Wabi. I'm not sure. They could be something funky there. How Chromatic deals with the community, most of the streamers. I don't think they really give them enough support in terms of promoting. I mean, they don't really have a real marketing department, you know. That's the struggle. As far as supporting small streamers, even the value they get out of supporting, say, me, which is, I'm probably the largest of the normal Dungeon Defender streamers, they don't get much in marketing value out of it. A lot of people don't understand that. You know, they look at, like, my channel, and my channel is very, very low as far as actual marketing value that a developer would get out of it. So that's the problem. But to top it off, they don't have a real marketing department. Unless they've hired somebody that I'm unaware of. They go through a PR firm for a lot of stuff. And, you know, that's a whole nother discussion altogether. Join my Discord server and scroll back 6 months and you can see me rant about it constantly. No, I was just swinging. I think I was hiding behind you there, Rusted Knight. I think I said I'm just going to hide behind here and let my Mega Chicken get shots in. Or something along those lines. I'll switch it up to the rogue and actually contribute here. Use fused auras. Oh, you meant Ensnare was more useful. Absolutely. Ensnare is one of the most useful defenses in the entire game. Ensnare, having fused Ensnare auras and gas traps is immensely powerful. It's stronger than literally anything else in the game. I mean, it would be the MVP, right? Wisps are not the MVP. If they were, you'd be able to spam wisps through the middle of the map and win it. Which on some maps you can, I'm sure. What makes any build possible is always the crowd control. So yeah, I mean, snare R's are just a shit. Gas traps too, not to be underrated for sure. Well, they're different. Electric aura is a slow, a gas trap is a stun. So they do completely different things. So yeah, they 100% stack together. You can have slowed enemies get stunned, you know? One is super counter to every trash mob, and the other works on just about everything. But yeah, it's the dream team. I don't do anything without it. I mean, I'll do some maps without gas trap, I guess. Like Glitterhelm, I don't use any traps. And just rely on the ensnares. Fusion armor. You think infused rage auras are bugged for the tooltips were wrong? I think that the problem with Enrage auras are before even fusion. The problem is in beta and early access, they were insane. Insane. They were like an instant counter to crowd controlling any lane in the game. You throw that down, you had a big old street fight. And they were so powerful that you could just spam those and really not do anything else other than just like run around and spray down enemies. And they changed them and just never got them quite right. You know? That's the problem with Enrages. I haven't even used them in ages since they got changed out. But, I mean, they were super badass in beta. You have to put together a set of fusion armor, Wob. So you get fusion armor from Rifted mode. They're all targeted loot. So they drop at a specific place. So it makes it easy to farm a set. And, what's an Enrage aura? Aramir S. It's that thing you used to use on the summit in beta for fun because it started a big old fight. It's the thing you forgot exists. Dryad needs 30 million XP right now. Did some runs for 13 million XP? It looks like it gained nothing. I'm going to guess that that's probably a visual bug, but I'm not sure. If you had the Warden in your deck, you should have been gaining experience. But there may be something buggy that I'm not aware of, but I haven't heard of anything. That didn't even matter, JQ. Even when they fixed that, it still was easy mode. Just park it right outside of the spawn. But yeah, you could put an Enrage and an Electric Aura inside of a spawn back in beta, and it would burn. Well, there'd be a big old fight right inside the spawner. Mobs wouldn't even make it out. The original meta to the game was complete spawn killing with traps. Traps and auras. A bug in a Dungeon Defenders game? No. Couldn't be. It would be really fun to set up a spin build. See, the thing with, like, doing the spin builds or, like, doing the Spinning Steel Squire or doing a Proton Charge EV is that Irradiate is so powerful. All right, what's in the box? What do we get? Wrong monkey. Only 2 stats, not at the speed cap. Instant trash. Wow, low rolls and everything. What did I get last wave? More instant trash. Good lord, man. Nothing but junk. Nothing but junk. Let's do one more. Just one more. Enrage, you think Enrage is still really good? I haven't tried it in so long. I mean, it could be back in order. It was ridiculously OP, then completely meh. And I just haven't used it since then. So I'm not even sure on its current state. Would it be a primitive set? I mean, I probably will end up having tons of spare primitive sets laying around just from fine-tuning the DSTs or whatever. Let's see. Tell you what else I've been itching to play around with again is proton beams too. Just another form of CC. Well, the thing is it working? You know, is it a reliable CC? And that I don't know. It used to be. And then it wasn't. So is it back in track? Or is it still poo-poo? %60 of the time it works every time? Fantastic. I know how that goes. Oops. God dang tree. Dang tree. I should just put those in a point, but it just doesn't even matter. Never touched Enrage Aura since you started playing the game. Don't see why you should when electric and snare Auras exist. Fair enough. Fair enough. You can't see mobs fighting, but it seems that if there aren't other mobs around, they just run down the lane. Well, I mean, they're supposed to be starting fights. Uh-oh. Nope, it's bird. We got birds. Damn birds. I thought a rusted knight was a wyvern. I'm trying to pew him. Nope, he's not a wyvern. Well, it used to be so crazy effective that it wasn't a coin flip, and that's the question now. Is it still effective? I tell you what, after we get done with this map, I'll try to piece together a set, and we'll try it out. I'll go to, like, ancient mines and just put one in the spawns and see how it does. The paddle ball, too, has that... How's that one's effectiveness? Does it actually work? Practicing for PvP? I've been itching to play a PvP game again, but like the only thing that really seems appetizing to me right at the moment is Destiny 2. And I'm trying to fight the system and not trying to keep my willpower strong and not buy into Destiny 2. I don't feel like I should give him any more money. And I'm, what, 2 updates behind, so it would take $60 or whatever for me to get back up current with Destiny 2. And I just don't think they deserve it. Don't think they deserve it at all. It's not, but it's fast. It's fast action. It doesn't require a lot of practice or being really good to be fun. You can still pop in and have a good time even if you suck. And I mean, let's be honest, I never play PvP games, so I'm not going to pop in and be owning anyone. You know? Let's be honest here, there will be no owning of anyone. Well, I mean, I've played a lot of Destiny 2 in the past. It's just, I feel like they nickeled and dimed us on the content. And that's why I personally don't want to give them any more money. I mean, if they put out some good content, you know. A bunch of us from my Discord server all started playing it at the same time. Light Rain, myself. Who else was there? There was more people. Averon was playing it. Ren. And, like, Light Rain never stopped. He's kept playing it the whole time. He absolutely loves it. Yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to do on the trading. Used to enjoy it. I haven't played any, and it's been a couple years now. What was the name of the update? That first update they did after they left Activision. The first update is Bungie, where it had the Ghost Lady. I can't remember which update that was, but I just feel like it wasn't worth the money. I feel like I got robbed. No, it was the actual expansion. Beyond Light was when they made the free-to-play conversion. Forsaken, that's what it was. I played through it. I had a good time. I played all the content. But I just don't feel like I got my money's worth. And you take things like... You look at the base game, right, of Destiny. Give it all the problems that it has. If you look at just playing through the story the first time... You know, not to give any spoilers, but, you know, if you care about spoilers, now's the time to mute me for a minute. But you take, like, that one mission where you're running, like, towards the end, where you're running across the outside of the spaceship, and the big sun is right there, and it's burning the shit out of you, and you gotta go cover to cover and all that. That felt so epic, going through that. It felt like an epic experience. And then you got Forsaken, where you got the same cutscene playing over and over again after every quest, and all they did was change the dialogue with the Ghost Lady standing there. It's like, you know, I mean, I appreciate reusing your assets and getting the most out of them in a video game, but when every goddamn cutscene is the same thing, that Ghost Lady... To me, I thought that was the sign of something that should have been a free update. They shouldn't have been charging people for that. In my opinion. And ever since then, I stopped playing it. 10, Kisama, gives you 100% uptime. I mean, like I said, I played through it. I enjoyed it. I had fun. But I felt like that should have been a free expansion. Forsaken was the ones when they were still with Activision, I thought. I'm talking about the one right after they left Activision. Forsaken was the one that saved the game, right? Yeah, I don't remember the name. You know what? Let me just look. Arrested Night will protect me. Like, what are the DLCs called? Let me see. No, it wasn't Forsaken. It was Shadowkeep. Forsaken was a great DLC. In fact, I loved the Forsaken area. It was my favorite area of the new game. Shadowkeep was a POS. That's the one I'm talking about. Forsaken was fun as hell, man. I really enjoyed that. I mean, besides the obvious with, you know, homie not making it and all. Shadowkeep to me felt like a complete cash grab. Now, like I said, I played through it. I did have fun. But the thing that got me is I didn't feel like there was any of those epic experiences. You know, Warmind had some epic experiences. Forsaken was awesome. You know, not to spoil it again for everybody, but, you know, like, busting out of the prison, that was like some epic shit, right? That was good stuff. The Dreaming City, although the quests were kind of irritating, I thought that the area was nice for sure. Dark Elf Killing Simulator, oh yeah. Zavala is holding it down. But yeah, the last two expansions, or everything after Shadowkeep, I haven't played at all. Haven't even looked at it. So, I mean, I don't know where the story is gone now. I have no clue what up. We're gonna have to watch them birds. Damn birds. This is public games right now, Peter. I'm actually about to end public games, and I want to do some testing. But yeah, this is public matches right now. You didn't even know Destiny 2 had a story in it. Well, I mean, so be it. That's fair. That's fair. It's a fun game. But I mean, so is Warframe. And I got lots to do in Warframe too, and I don't have to spend any more money. So that's the thing that gets me about Destiny 2. Their stuff is pricey, and if you're going to have all these pricey DLCs that you have to spend a bunch of money on to get caught up, then I expect pricey looking content. I want to see good full animated cutscenes. Warframe, I get all that for free. You know, and I mean, yeah, there's places where Destiny 2 looks way better than Warframe. But there's also places where Warframe does pretty good, and it is fun. Another junker. Ugh. Jeez. The pain and misery of the trash loot. RNG, you said you loved me. You said you loved me, RNG. So, I'm curious about these Enrages now. I've got friends that never stopped playing it. You know? I played it with them, and they never stopped. You know, Danny is... I really enjoy PvPing with Danny. It's so much fun. He's very animated, you know? Danny's been playing, like, every Iron Banner season that comes. He plays through it. Iron Banner, you get the extra fun of all the nubs lining up for you. Everybody that's achievement hunting or whatever running around with their grenade in hand. Oh, why did I sell that without looking at it? I saw it had 251 ups, which would have been an upgrade over what I have, I think. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, that's an upgrade. Mana drain and boost attack rate. I kind of want the damage, but... Going to attack. Patrick, thank you so much for subscribing. I do appreciate it a ton. Well, I just turned off public KSO. I do apologize. I might do more later. But, do I have a monk? Let's see. Spare monk. Size matters. I do indeed have a spare monk. So, instead of calling him Size Matters, since this is no longer a ranged monk, we better rename him to I'ma piss you fools off or something. Let's see. Let's get rid of all this trash. I'm just gonna trash all this stuff. I'm not even gonna look at it. Oops. Alright, what do we need? We need primitive, right? Oh, I don't have a set. I'm gonna have to borrow some pieces. But let's just throw on what we got. If I had a chest, I could borrow an Arcanist Tome. Let's just throw on what we got. We'll be able to see if it works or not, right? Let me see. Who can I borrow a primitive item from? What else would I have that's primitive? Is it just buff beams and DSTs? What else would I have? Oh, my lasers. Or the sludge launchers are primitive, right? I can borrow a chest piece from dude here. We'll unequip that. Now who was here? That was my EV. Let's see what kind of stats they got. Seems like we would want some more range. $5K range. Didn't save, but of course it didn't save. Or yeah, it did. So 7.2 meters. I mean, that's not huge, but it's going to be enough to see how it's working. Let's go right here. Oh, I'm on medium. I'm like, why is there no bonus wave? I hate that it does that. Actually, you know what? We can do this public. Shoot. I let it go as Juice Bag's game. Oof. But let's throw, let's go with an Enrage here. And an Enrage here. And then we don't even need the ensnare. We want them hitting each other harder, not less frequently. But let's drop a electric R as well. Overlapping, overlapping, overlapping. Boo! I have to move this one over farther. I can make it smaller, I guess, but it seems so criminal. Go to there, see if that'll work. Hey, as long as you got it done, you got it done. That's what matters, right? Good job there, Evil Addicted. All right, let's go like that. And then we'll just do a normal build for anything that sneaks through. Not overlap. How the hell? Oh, because we've got one there. Get him a weapon there, Evil Addicted. The Alk Labs weapon is a great starter weapon. I think the DU works out, right? I'm curious to see if this actually starts any fights, though. I mean, obviously, that's the intention here, is to start a big old brawl. Spam ups into this stuff. All right, I want to see a brawl. Let's get into a good watching position. This is a great watching place. And let's see if we start any fights. Not one person is fighting. It doesn't appear to me that it's doing anything whatsoever. %78 chance to enrage. Get off my shit, Jen. Yeah, so it doesn't appear to me that it's doing much of anything. Is it capped at 78% now? Looks like 78% is the cap now. 78%. Well, 100% of the enemies are not fighting each other. So I would say it's broken. I mean, you see those little white damage numbers. There's a few little white damage numbers. And here, those two guys were fighting. It doesn't seem very good. This is why you never see anybody using it. It's a piece of shit. You see the white damage numbers in there. Those white damage numbers are them hitting each other. So there was a few instances of it, but that ain't no 78%. There is no way in hell that's 78%. That, and they're only hitting them for 5,400. How hard they hit me? I mean, I think they're hitting me for more than 5,400. So something's not good. I mean, yeah. Piece of junk. I mean, it's a pointless defense to even have in the game with that functionality. I mean, it's not providing effective CC by any means whatsoever. It's providing almost no damage, giving it no real benefit to use. You think it's meant to be 7.8%? And 7.8% would be a complete joke. So, I mean, if that's the case, that's possible too. But if that's the case, and that was their intention, then that's like the stupidest, worst design they've ever done. 7% chance of doing anything for 5DU? You can take that and stick it right up your ass, Chromatic. I don't think that's the intention. The intention is supposed to be 78%. But it just doesn't do anything now. I mean, it's so little damage. The damage is not something you rely on. Because, they're hitting each other for 5,000. That's like nothing. It's pointless. Pointless to even have. .78 would be more accurate. I mean, I have no problem with them not doing good damage, but then they should be providing the crowd control, right? But if there's no use at all for it, then it's just pointless. Big bummer. You stink, Enrage Aras. Well, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be 78% per enemy. Of course, it's per enemy. Each one is individuals. But that's the thing. That's nothing. That's not enough. That's not worth using. It's why nobody's using them. Or doesn't it try to apply the buff more than once? I mean, that could be the case too. But regardless of anything, it's a piece of junk. It had a purpose in DDA at the beginning. And it's making me lag for some reason. I got frames. I never have any frame issues. Either that or it's that spitting steel. I'm not sure. Or no, his spitting steel just went off without a hitch. They should make it a pulse instead. Anything. They could do literally anything to it and make it better than what it is. They could make it so that it adds a flower explosion over enemies' heads that hit for no damage, but it gives you something pretty to look at, and it will have more uses than it does right now. Well, it just needs, it's in that category of needs to be reworked. But the game is a launched product with its first major content update already put it in the game. So, I mean, you can't be reworking defenses at this point. I mean, you can, but, I mean, for God's sakes, come up with a design at some point, please. What do we got on this? We got a primitive piece on this. I don't remember which piece it is, though. Yeah, what I'm saying is they're not going to spend the money on designing it at this point in the game. The design cash has already been spent, you know? That's what I was meaning by that. God, I really should have started shooting at these copter ogres a little sooner, huh? Luckily, they don't do anything to the cores. Yeah, I mean, they should just give it a completely different function. I mean, I don't know what that would be. I mean, you could just make it turn it into a flame aura. It's already red. Just have it do fire damage. It already does fire damage. And have it do damage. And that would give the monk a second damaging aura. I mean, that's a viable decision. Why not? And it would give it a little bit of parity with DD2. Yeah, it got ginned. The gin, man, those EAs are just gin magnets. But, I mean, they could just convert it into a flame aura. I would buy into that 1,000% over. Have it do fire damage. Make it happen, Crummies. Make it happen. Nah, it's way too early for all that, Evil Addicted. We won't find out any information on that for months and months. They probably don't even have a clue yet what they're going to do. I mean, I'd like to think they do, but they probably don't. Right now, I think their main priority will be getting the game out on PlayStation. You would think. What's in the box? Crappy guard gloves. And we got a crappy rock that's not even as good as a giraffe. Boo. Make a flame aura that has a low rate but a high damage tick. I mean, I'd be in for it. Yeah, there's a flame aura in DD2 and there's an electric aura in DD2. Well, the lightning strikes aura. In DD2, it's a single target defense. They need to fix the bugs and stabilize the balance a bit before anything, honestly. That is not their specialty. I got to just mention that. If you look at every product that they've ever made, that is not their specialty. Bug fixes and balance. I mean, I hate to go and laugh at your idea, because it is a very good one. Lightning Trap in DDA is more or less... Well, no, DD2... Oh, yeah, it's a Lightning Strike aura that's not as effective. Exactly. It had its time. It did good for a minute. For all these trash cheer monkeys and whatnot. Bunch of poopy giraffes. That one's not terrible. I don't think I need to hold any more giraffes, though. I mean, what's my giraffe situation looking like? 382, 366, 364, 360. I mean, that one can go. I don't think I'm going to keep any giraffe that has a stat below 3,000 anymore. I think that one can go. That one can go. Look at me freeing up inventory space, y'all. Oh, yeah. All these can go. Get wings for doing the tests. So you come in here and go down to tests. There's 9 different tests. Test 1, Test 2, and Test 3. Each one is a different difficulty. So there's 3 maps, basically. The Demon Lord, the Mech Boss, and the Ancient Dragon on 3 different difficulties. And that's 9 total maps. And it gives you 9 total sets of wings. They are the Demon Wings, the Crystalline Demon Wings, and the Rifted Demon Wings. Then the Mech's Engine, the Crystalline Mech's Engine, and the Rifted Mech's Engine. Then the Ancient Wings, Crystalline, etc., and Rifted. In my opinion, the Demon Lord is the easiest test. It's a complete joke. I mean, there is 0 chance of you losing it without just being dumb. Or not being dumb, pardon me, but being derpy. If you know how the Demon Lord fights, you instantly won that map. You shouldn't even have to play it. Because he's got the exact same AI that he has in the regular run. And they don't have any money, Andreas. Bethesda at least has money. The other 2 wings were... Oops. The Eagle's wings are from the PTR exclusive. If you did testing on the PTR and filled out the survey, you got the Eagle's wings. The Gator's tail is pay to win. That's the DLC, the cosmetic DLC that they just launched. And then this one is not used. Oh, it's disabled. Never mind. That's not a wing at all. That's no wings. And then the pizza wings, they give away on the Friday live streams. I agree. They're the evil. Or, Newbin, bro. What did I have on this guy? I think I had demon wings, right? Or no? Did I have those? No, that's not what I had. The demon wings look way better than the other ones, in my opinion. I think I was using those. Yeah, there we go. These, I think, look better than the dragon ones. I don't know. The DLC is... like, this chromatic skin that they added into it was pretty cool. But the gator accessories... I got mixed emotions on them. You had to do the PTR there, Sean. All right, what next? What time we got? We got enough time for one more map. The chromatic skin is from it's pay to win too. It's DLC from the recent update, the Lycan's Keep update. It's a paid cosmetic. And then, you know, I haven't even used the DD1 paper masks thing. I don't even know what they look like. Let's see. We got an apprentice cap. We got a bobblehead huntress. We got a bobblehead monk. And I think the Squire helmet looks like the best one, in my opinion. Oh, no doubt there. I've got no problem with the cosmetics. I mean, I enjoy getting the content for free, right? And what mask did I have on him? I had a Dark Elf Warrior mask. Yeah. The Delphage is real. I think the Mage one actually looks better. Goggles. We could hat on a hat it. The Siren mask looks pretty cool too. It fits in well. Gator mask. Not so much. I like the goggles. I think that goggle look is nice. Most of these are drops. They're masks that drop in the game. That was from the St. Patrick's Day event. This one is a paid cosmetic. That one, and that one are paid cosmetics. And this was the timed exclusive login reward. But everything else is drops in game. All this stuff all drops in game. Well, the Corgi cover and the Fused Corgi cover were giveaways. The Chromatics live streams. The Summoner Hood is the reward for doing the tutorial. But yeah, the Christmas hat too was a timed. Well, I mean, this one I don't think will be actually exclusive though. It was timed, but I bet you this Christmas they do them again. So although it's timed, I doubt it's going to be exclusive. The Shroomy cap, I don't really think much for, to be honest. That skin, that camo looking skin that he'd done with it on the last map I was in looked pretty cool. I think the Lycan's mask fits him fairly well. I think the goggles are just cool as hell. In fact, let's go with the goggles. We'll do it. We'll stick with the goggles. Yeah, same thing, Patty's Day. Christmas, the St. Patty's Day. I mean, why would they not give them out again, all right? There's no reason to make those exclusive items. I mean, they call them timed exclusives, but, I mean, they could use them again next year. You have goggles on your Dryad, your Warden. I don't even have a setup for her. That's just the mask she's using. God dang it. Let's see. She's got the chromatic skin going on. For a weapon, let's give her a big ass hammer. Summoner Hood looks not good. The goggles actually are quite fitting. I can put an apprentice hat on and then pretend that I'm placing DSTs. Yeah, the Arcanist helm there, yes. That's another video that I'm going to be making today. I actually already made one back during the PTR, but people are asking for a current one. I can't go with the apprentice helmet. It just doesn't feel right. It feels so wrong. Let's go with the monocle. Good old OG monocle. We'll give her a shroom. Where does that go? It goes up on her horns. She's looking a little freaky, huh? The Corgi helm? Let's see what it looks like. I don't think that's going to look very good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that fits. I just don't think it fits. Where can you get one? Yep, the Keep, Wave 25. It's been confirmed it drops in Nightmare too, but I don't know about difficulties earlier than that. Alright guys, I'll let y'all pick what map you want me to do. I got time for one more here, and then I'm going to have to hop off here for a bit. I got family in town, so my streams are going to be a little sporadic over the next 2 weeks. I mean, there's going to be a daily stream every day but Thursday, like normal. But the times of them will be a little bit different here and there. I need to do... the chicken comes from Glitter Helm, Evil Addicted. Glitter. Liking King. Magus Quarters, Wave 23 start. How about we'll combine that one. We'll do a Glitter Helm, Wave 23 start with a Liking King bonus wave. How's that? I don't even know if this one will hold. This is the one map I do without gas traps, so I'm not sure it's going to hold. We'll check it out. And it's basically spam. Electric Aura, Ensnare Aura. A tree. 4 wisps. And a buff beam. That's it. I think we'll be able to do that at every lane. Let me see. I'm not sure the DU is going to work out. Let me just split these lanes real quick. The Happy Hera? Yeah, it's from the mill, but it can also drop in Lycan's Keep. What else was it? Just a tree. And 4 wisps. We're gonna have a shitload of DU left over. I can do something else, I think. Feels like we're gonna have a boatload of DU left. We can go 6 down on this end. And we can give those an ensnare. Or a reflect beam. Derp, 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 derp. Never did it before. That's fair. The mill is actually a really chill one to do. DST spam builds work really, really well there. So, I mean, it's super duper chill. Let's see. We could spend 48 and have 4 DU for reflect beams. Should have went 3s. Let's just do it. How much left? We got 3 more. Alright. And that leaves me too much for reflex, but, you know. Rather have too much than not enough, right? And then we'll put one right here just for because. I haven't done this exact build before, so I don't know how this is going to work out, but I think it will probably steamroll it. Let me see. Let's drop some upgrades in. I'm just going to spam it in here so I don't have to run around. All right, and it's all about killing that ogre, right? So you got to see where your ogre is coming from. Where are you, ogre? I don't see no ogre. The ground ogre is what I'm referring to, of course. Didn't die already, did it? He already died. It's not useless. It's actively harmful to any build you put it on. That's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. Oh, yeah. This was my first, way back in the day, this was my first experience with the bouncer blockade. The first time I ever joined a public game with this map, the dude had a bouncer blockade right here, spawn camping this area. I mean, he had other stuff too, but he had a bouncer here. And it's the first time I ever used the bouncer blockade, and it was really, really good. That actually encouraged me or inspired me to use the bouncer on more maps. You know? Let's spam it into this lane. I mean, it's all going to be about the bonus wave, right? Alright, the ogre's all the way down. See if we can get down there in time to do anything. He's probably going to be dead since it's all about the bonus wave, right? Yeah, he dead. Sorry, dude. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that to you like that. I'm still optimistic that they're going to make the Squire a better builder than DDA. I'm extremely optimistic. I mean, so many people complain about it, right? They're going to do something about it eventually. We just got to wait for it. Just got to wait for it. Yeah, it's one ogre. I mean, that sums this map up. Really, through its existence. All traps are having some pretty serious issues there, Robert. The gas trap, of course, is still a great utility, but... hopes for the next reimagined hero? I mean, me personally, I would like to see the Mystic. I don't think they're going to do a Summoner. Or the Summoner would be the obvious choice. I don't think they're going to do a Jester. Or the Jester would be my second choice. But with that in mind, I think personally I'd like to see the Mystic. Yeah, give us some laser beam snakes. Hell yes. Alright, so, I mean, this, you just rinse and repeat every wave. You start the wave, look for where the ogre is. There's only one ground ogre. Well, they wouldn't leave it as it is, and that's why I don't think they'll do it. The problem with returning heroes, I'm surprised they were as bold as they were with the Dryad. And people, I mean, they made it super strong, so even though there's a pretty massive change back to the MOBA Dryad, instead of the Dryad we all know from DD2. I'm really surprised they took that route, to be honest. But they had the assets already. The art was there. It just had to be recreated. Well, the Abyss Lord was a reimagined summoner. The Abyss Lord it's a favorite for a lot of people in DD2, but not many DD1 players. I wouldn't have a problem with an Abyss Lord type thing. I just don't think they're going to take that route. I mean, they got hated on for the Abyss Lord in DD2. That, and they've already said that the summoner is either not going to be in the game or it will be one of the last heroes. They straight up said that, you know? Well, thanks there, Salem. Appreciate it. I mean, they've told us right up front. It's either not going to be here or it'll be one of the last heroes added. So, the Abyss Lord is the summoner, y'all. It's just a different summoner. This was actually discussed directly by its creator in an interview. Talking about he changed the name as to not upset the expectations of the player base. And we saw right through that shit there, Blacksmith. Here's my ogre, so I didn't even have to open the minimap. Even better, more quality of life. Ogre down. And now you just chill and let it run. The Wisps are just really versatile. You know, they're a super strong defense. You talking about the sludge launcher? The sludge launcher is so good. What, it would have to be better than a 377 Mega Chicken? 377 at the speed cap with all three stats. But this is where it drops. I'm gonna shoot you, girl. What else we got here? Everything coming out real slow. Come on, Dark Elf Warriors, come get wrecked. I want to see what's in the box. And what do we got? Low roll, only 2 stats. It's a junker. But we got a crappy guard piece. And a crappy primitive piece. That stinks. Anyway, y'all, that is going to get it for me for the moment. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I do appreciate it a ton. Gonna have quite a bit of content coming here over the next few weeks. There's lots and lots of DDA guides and stuff to make. I want to get another Orcs Must Die 3 stream going here soon. They've had an update that could really change Endless Mode, and I want to jump in and check that out. Send the pet. Oh, if it was only worth sending. Where did I get the previous wave? Actually, we got a good higher roll on the previous wave at the speed cap, but only 2 stats. So big bummers there. Big bummers. But anyway, y'all, thank you all so much. Hopefully everyone has a wonderful week. And I will see you all soon. Take it easy.